And we're live. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to build some cameras for orders that have been packing up. And if anybody's out there, you can come chat me in the link down here. What are you up to today? Says Nick. I am filling a few orders. I'm printing mongoose parts. I ran the laser cutter this morning and cut out all of the cog wheels for the mongoose and then finished all of the motor mount assemblies for the mongoose uh, scanners. And so just trying to catch up on things. Probably have 30 more days of building, filling orders and things, but I'll do a short half day. I've been working since 7:30 this morning. Probably go till 3 or 4 and take a little time off for Christmas. Uh, Trying to trim all the parts in tandem and assemble 2 cameras at once. See if it makes me any faster. Still waiting for laser diode receivers to build your shutter tester. Oh, awesome. Cool, yeah, those are fun. Uh, it has been really nice to see people taking that project and running with it all over the world. Every couple of months I get a email or a tag from somebody who's built that shutter tester, one of my more popular projects. Kind of the power of open source things. May or may not have integrated some of that software into the mongoose secretly. Some extra shutter testing functions. Will be a release one day, maybe. Okay, if there's anyone out there that wants to talk, the link is down here. If not, I'll play some music for production by Mike Gutterman. The production soundtrack taking the world by storm in 2020 and 2021. Some of these clips are for a camera that is on the printer this morning. I had it going earlier, but then I popped a breaker trying to, was I trying to do laser and 3D print with all of my machines at once. I need to redistribute where the things are plugged in. Taj 3D says, make me nervous with that knife. Have a great rest of your holidays. You too, Taj. Thanks. Been a good time making some things for some customers. Trying not to be too late. I'm sure everybody who orders anything before Christmas wants it on Christmas, which these unfortunately are going to be later than Christmas, I think. They go out today. Actually, I don't even know if the mail is running today, but probably go out the day after Christmas or the first day, when the post office is back open. I'll just have the mail people pick it up from my house. Ha! Nick says he has made it independent of a computer. Yeah, so I have done that too, but that is not open source code at this point. That's a piece of the mongoose. But yeah, I think there's a few people who have made it a standalone device, which is pretty neat. I've taken that project and kind of run with it a little bit, but haven't made any more videos about it. It's become a part of a future project. Let's see what Mike Gutterman has to play for us today. Boop, boop. Let's see. Electronic Music for Productions, Volume 1 by Mike Gutterman. Down a little. Down my headphones. That's a good fit. I'm gonna go change the print. All of the spindle assemblies, or the spindle itself for all of the mongooses, I have not been able to successfully print in a batch of like 25. However, it's a quick print, and so now I have about 10 printers running that print every hour. One day I will finish all of them. Some of the smaller prints I had expected to be able to make production batches, you know, that are 25-hour prints to get everything done, but some of them take a little bit more babysitting than I would have thought. Not a big deal. Not super fun for production, but every 15 minutes, just go restart the same print today and maybe a little tomorrow. Fun thing to do on Christmas. That guy Chad. Easy with that one, Ethan. Looks like mine. Oh. Chad, am I making your camera? Maybe. I'm making one homunculus that's yellow and gray and one that's all gray. Just trimming off the excess support material, making sure it's nice and clean. Get the lenses fit right, and we'll get the mounts on, and then we will manually calibrate every homunculus camera to Sandia Peak at 11,000 feet in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I can see it from my backyard. It's about a mile higher than me. There we go. Okay, two bodies are ready. Back clips aside for a second. Let's see, Sebastian Blue says, any tips on finding Mamiya press lenses for less? I've been sourcing for months and my pockets can't quite handle what I'm seeing. Yeah, I think between me and Dora Goodman and a few others, the prices of Mamiya press lenses have gone up quite a lot. This is a 93.5 collapsible that I bought for $43 with shipping before I released the Bronco Pan, and now they're about 80 bucks. But yeah, I mean, eBay is really the place. These were very, very popular cameras in Japan, and never quite as popular in the US to my knowledge. There have been some mods. I think Max Wanderlush made some mods for Mamiya TLR lenses to be used on the Bronco Pan, or really any other Mamiya press system. But I don't know, they're getting a little bit more expensive, but they're really nice lenses. I just about a year and a half late gave my friend a wedding present of a Bronco Pan that I made in the colors of cactus and love for them, and I spent about 170 bucks on a 65mm lens, which was expensive, but they will get a whole bunch of use out of them. Do the Mamiya C-Core lenses work for the Bronco Pan? No. So I think you're referring to a lot of them are C-Cores, but you're probably referring to the RB67 lenses. And those, well, okay, so these are also Mamiya C-Cores. These are Mamiya press, but but not any Mamiya Secor will work. The RB67 lenses don't have focusing helixes, or yeah, they're for a much larger camera and flange distance. So unfortunately, no. I wish. One of my favorite lenses of all time is the Mamiya Press. Sorry, not Mamiya Press. Mamiya RB67 90mm 3.5, I think. It's a very nice lens. But unfortunately, right now it just mates to that one body that is very big and awkward. Poaching some mongoose screws. Universal press ones do, yes, that is true. Sebastian, if you want to come chat Mamiya press lenses, the link is down here. I'll put you up there or up there. Gotta go right. Thanks for the chat. Anytime. Have a great day. Let me go grab a screwdriver. Be right back. This is the print that I've been trying to make all day. About 150 of them. It's the spindle that is connected to a motor and some cog wheels and spacers. Whoa, Johnny Barrios is here. Hey, how you doing? Christmas Day 2010 was spent at Ethan's home in NYC, where I got to meet his lovely mother when we took a nice stroll through the road that runs along the bank of the Hudson River. Great time, and believe that was 10 years ago. It was. Too long. Hey, good to see you. Hope you're having a Merry Christmas. And we got Chad Herbert. Let me let him in and kill this audio. Hold on. Oops. Hey Chad, give me 1 second. Trying to hit mute here. And that. Put you on screen. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. Am I making one of your cameras?
No, you're making one of my mongooses.
Oh, okay. Well, very slowly. I'm not working on that right now, but this could be your spindle. Thanks for ordering.
Yeah, thanks for making those for us.
Yeah, anytime. Every time. All day for 30 days. Hey, what batch are you in?
Sorry?
What batch are you in?
I think I'm the. I don't know. I guess I don't. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm in the first batch.
Cool. Cool.
I can't remember my backer number.
That's fine. I think the batches are actually going to wind up coming out pretty close together. I have most of the first batch built, but I am waiting on a few parts from China that have not shown up yet, but have.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, yeah, right. Most of them have. I have about a 400-pound stack of boxes of all sorts of components around, but I'm missing, I don't know, $35 worth of parts that I can only buy from China that are kind of dictating a little bit of a delay. But I'm trying to build everything that I can in the meantime, which means, as soon as the sensors and the power switches and a couple of connector plugs come in. I actually just bought some more expensive connector plugs on Amazon because those are available in the US, and for like $60 people don't have to wait for another 5 months. But yeah. Hey, Chad, can you tell me about yourself? Where in the world are you?
I'm in Boise, Idaho.
Oh wow. I've only
Yeah.
driven through. Are you
You
a
should.
photographer?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a hobbyist. I'm a
Uh-huh.
hobbyist photographer.
Sure.
Shoot a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Have way too many cameras.
Yep.
And let's see, I backed the Bronco pan, but I haven't printed one yet.
Oh no. Thanks. I appreciate the continued support. Chad, do you have a 3D printer?
I do.
Ooh.
One just like you got back there.
An Ender 3 or Ender 3 Pro?
Ender 3, yeah. And then I've also got a CR6 SE.
I have a CR10 that is too big for me to like keep set up, so it gets set up usually on the floor or this table when it's empty, when I have some time and room for it.
Yeah, I'd like to have something with a bigger bed, but and I actually do. I have an ANET A8
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think is what it's called.
Uh-huh.
But I haven't gotten it up and running yet. I'm the king of unfinished projects.
You and me both. I have about 6 projects that are unfinished, which I won't pick up until I am done, fulfilling my mongooses, which it's all right. I think under any other circumstances, I would probably just hire a child to do a lot of like I spent about 6 hours so far peeling acrylic off of laser cuts. Uh, it's kind of interesting. Like I'm usually not a assembly line, right? I make one thing at a time, but I have worked in manufacturing a little bit, and I understand that that's not the most efficient way to go. And so I've been doing things like the motor mounts yesterday. I, putting a motor mount together for the mongoose should take 2 minutes, but instead I spent 2.5, 3 hours putting all of them together, and it feels like I'm getting nowhere because at the end I have still no mongooses, and I put 6 hours in. But one of these days it's just going to be, in 2 or 3 days, I'm going to put out 100 of them, which will feel really good.
I just care about you getting to 10. So,
Bagger number 10. That's great.
yep.
Yeah. So most of your mongoose is already built, but we were waiting for some power switches and such.
Yeah, those parts from China are taking a while. I ordered some stuff recently from over there, Banggood parts and things.
Are you an electronics nerd too? I mean that in a positive way.
Yeah, I am a little bit. Just for personal projects, or I'll build something that somebody's already made and has code available for.
Mm-hmm.
But
what are some of the things that you built?
Let's see. Put me on the spot. Just some little Pi projects or little Arduino things. I'm doing an LED, not a wall, but kind of like a 10 by 10 pixel grid for my daughter.
That's great.
So kids these days are getting in all into LEDs. So getting some addressable LED kits.
That's
like
really
that.
cool. I have a friend whose daughter made, I think she was calling it the Screechinator 1000, which, she was 7 years old and had disassembled like a battery powered fan and something else that she had found around my buddy Eric's house and made this like screeching machine out of it. I don't know. I mean, like, literally did not know anything about electronics when she started. And so I thought that's something you got to encourage. So I immediately mailed her
absolutely.
an Arduino kit. And then we got on FaceTime, and I had my buddy install the drivers in the IDE. But then I walked Dylan through making first an LED control, and then taught her how to swap out a buzzer, which was probably like a genie I should not have taken out of the bottle because it was extremely annoying. But then I could log off, and my buddy said that
I'm sure he
I
was
the
impressed.
21st century version of a man who buys another man's kid a drum kit.
Yeah. No, that's super cool that she's taken that initiative and getting in and taking stuff apart.
Yeah.
That's how I started as a kid, taking toys apart that broke and try to fix them. And
Mm-hmm. I remember by my grandparents' house in Queens when I was maybe 7, I found a old camcorder, which, it was just in the garbage. And so I took it apart, and I had like a CCD chip that I wore around my neck for a while that I pulled out of that camera.
Looks
fun.
super cool.
It did. I think it had like a big metal heatsink block to it, which I liked. I did not understand any of this, but my dad is a programmer, and it was always way too abstract for me as a kid. But as an adult learning on a child's level, like Arduinos, it made programming have sort of a immediate physical representation in a way that was really helpful to me. Now I make some more abstract programs, but I think had there been Arduinos 25, 30 years ago, we'd be in a very different place today.
Yeah, I think probably the same way for me. I'm programming is something I've never gotten into beyond HTML. So, and that's not really programming, but coding. But yeah,
Counts.
Very basic.
Chad, are you from Boise?
Yeah, born and raised. Lived in Colorado for about 7 years, but I'm back here.
What is? I think it's like sort of a gateway to the woods. but maybe I don't have that
We're
friends.
we're high desert, so up northern Idaho, you get some nicer
Mhm.
wooded landscapes. We've got some hills around here with some trees and stuff, but it's not very mountainous where I am. Not
Mhm.
here in Boise. We're in a valley, so
We are also in high desert, which is okay. I kind of prefer the Sonoran Desert, at least this time of year. But
a little warmer.
yeah, the cacti are crazier, is what I like about the Sonoran so much. We have prickly pear and cholla. I don't know if you have any cacti up there, but when you go down to like, we have pencil cholla, which is really ugly. In the Sonoran Desert, they have teddy bear cholla, which is very cute. Uh, Although the first time I took my girlfriend out there, she went to go touch the cholla, right, and it has all these very fine hairs, and immediately it like stuck her, and she pulls back. And the way teddy bear cholla works is they have these like nodules that are meant to break off and stick to things. So she pulls back, pulls the nodule off, and then the big spikes go into her hand.
Oh,
And so we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, not even on a trail, and I'm like trying to pull this thing out of her hand. I told her, like, Laura, you can yell, you just can't move your hand. So she was screaming, and I'm using like a pair of Swiss Army pliers and some socks, pulling it out of her.
that was that was an important lesson she learned that day.
Super important. Um, hey, give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab
Yeah.
another part to trim. Got a Nikon FE grip. It's going to go out.
Oh yes, I forgot about the grips.
Yeah, sometimes I do too. And then I got to make a half dozen of them. Uh, Chad, what do you like to shoot, and how'd you get into photography?
Uh, Shoot a little bit of everything, and like I said, I've got way too many cameras, so I've got any camera you can probably name
Uh huh.
outside of a few really expensive ones. But I do like my go-to is probably my Bronica SQA.
Uh huh.
That
I
was my
like that
first medium
camera.
format. Got an RB and Pentax 6.7, all kinds of stuff.
What do you like to take pictures of?
Um, Whatever's in front of me.
That's great.
Yeah, I we went on a trip early this year, to Oregon, and I shot some waterfalls and things like that.
Are you on
Landscape.
Instagram or
I
do you have a
I
website?
am under Chad Herbert.
Chad Herbert.
Yep.
Okay.
But photography background is, I took high school classes. Um, well, shoot, that would have been late '80s, early '90s,
Uh huh.
and shot, just shot in high school and developed in high school. Thought it was, fun, but then started working, and photography kind of fell by the wayside, like it does.
Mm-hmm. Are
And
sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, then I just you know picked up digital. I don't know, probably 2006 or something,
Mm-hmm.
and shot that for a while. And then my mom's uncle sent her some of his old film cameras, and that gave me the bug again. So started collecting cameras and shooting film again, and then didn't like how my local lab was developing my stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
found a C41 kit and E6 kit, and found the FPP, and
I think I've
I've
heard
been
that story so many times. Like, oh, I had done it in high school, and then I found the FPP, 35 years later. and now
Right.
now it's like all that I do all the time.
It's almost cliche. Yeah.
No, it's great. I love Mike Rasso. I get a real kick out of him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's helped me out a couple of times. Sent me some developer when I didn't have any. I needed some XTOL to develop a role of what was it Mr. Brown or something, the
Mm-hmm.
really low ISO stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he mixed up a batch of XTOL and sent it to me.
Cool. It's very nice of him. Hey,
Yeah,
Chad, I'm gonna go take 20 steps over there and calibrate this
sure.
thing to Sandia Peak. I'll be right back.
All right.
I love it when it comes out and doesn't need any trimming. Ready to go out to mystery buyer number one.
All right.
Can I ask, Chad, what do you do for a living? Are you an engineer
I'm
of
a
sorts?
field engineer is my title, but my customer is a semiconductor company. They make memory here in Boise. Micron,
Cool.
you've probably heard of them. So
Yeah,
I, I work on a tool called an electron beam lithography writer.
I
So
know very well what that is. That's
all right.
really cool. My buddy Joe works at Intel doing
Oh, okay.
similar things.
In
Sometimes
Oregon
makes
or their other site in California?
no here in Albuquerque. There's a big
Oh,
Intel
okay.
plant. Make
They
processors
don't know
for
what their fab's like there, but
big. It's
yeah, yeah.
it's very big. When I was
It's
moving
very
this
big.
laser in, Joe told me about like moving tools at the fab. They like put down these giant metal plates with like air assist, like a knock
Yep,
hockey
yep.
table
So
that
they
can.
float the tools in, yeah.
Yeah, but they're floating like 10,000 pound machines in and just pushing them
Yeah,
with
yeah, it's
dudes.
ridiculous. It's yeah, and that's I mean that's what our machines are. They're, $50 million pieces of equipment in the main body. I mean it weighs I don't know what it weighs, but it weighs thousands and thousands of pounds, and you just float them in on these air cushions.
Wild.
Yeah, it's cool.
I would like an air cushion like that, but I think the air cushions would weigh more than laser, so probably
They're
not
they're
super
not,
helpful.
they're really not that big. They've got some pads that are probably I don't know 10 inches in
Oh,
10 inches square, and they've got
interesting.
a number of pads that they put in places under the main body, and they just float them on in. They can adjust to the air for each individual pad. So, but
Interesting.
it's not a giant air cushion. It's smaller pads.
I see. Wait, so does the air come from the tool down at the floor or from the floor tiles up towards the tool?
From underneath the tool, so the air is going to come down and hit the metal pad. So it's
I see.
coming through that pad down towards the floor.
I see. I see. So the pad, you don't actually, I had envisioned it like them stacking pads along a path, but in fact, they're just putting the pad under the machine and then floating the machine around.
Correct.
That
Yep.
is much smarter than I had envisioned it.
Yep. Yep. So they do that for almost all the tools that they move in. So
Cool. Hey, give me one more second. I'm going to check this
sure.
guy. Be right back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no
Another
worries.
one where the printer was dialed in perfectly.
That's good.
Yeah, I try and get them within like a tenth of a millimeter for infinity focus. But the printers don't have that precision. Amazingly, I have that precision with a chisel. I can take off like 0.05 millimeters at a time. But
Right.
um,
Are you printing, what layer height are you printing at?
about zero point 0.3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not the most high quality finish, but it's sort of the best balance that I can come up with that doesn't make the parts extremely expensive.
Yeah, it prints a little faster that way too.
Yeah, that's kind of my issue with the big 3D printer. So I have a CR10 Max, which is 500 millimeters cube, and the issue with it is that to run it, either you got to use like a huge nozzle and make very poor detail, but I want to make mechanical things that have interactions, and so that's no good. And so I wind up printing with like a 0.4 millimeter nozzle at, again, like a maybe zero point 0.3 or 0.35 millimeter layer height, and it takes like a week to make a print on that thing.
Wow.
Very
Yeah, that's a big part. I mean, and is that an AC bed? The 500 millimeter bed?
AC.
Power on the bed
Yeah,
for the heat? Yeah.
yeah. I don't really have any. I have actually two printers without heated beds over there that I was going to mod, and I have some solid state uh, MOSFETs over there or relays for them. But um, I got more printers than I got circuit breakers right now, so I'm just going to sell them for half price.
Wow. That's good. Well, hey, I gotta get running. Hey, thanks for making all those parts on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for
And I
ordering.
look forward to that mongoose. I sold my Pacon in
Awesome.
anticipation. So
Great. I hope to make the Paycon like you know extremely cheap again.
yeah, well, that's why I got rid of it. So
Cool.
I mean, I kept one. I've got a 335, the bigger
Uh huh.
Pacon,
Yeah.
and then I sold my 135 plus in anticipation of the mongoose. So
Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it.
well, cool deal.
All right. You have a great day, Chad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
keep
too. Thanks
packing.
for chatting.
All right. Bye. All right. That was pretty cool. Like getting to meet the customers. Hope to get Chad his mongoose ASAP as soon as the last couple of parts come in. Monculus gray, gray. I need some more packing equipment. Be right back. Looks like we've got a printer that ran out of filament here. No problem. These spindle prints, at the very least, are a good thing to do with my short ends. I've been giving away a ton of plastic because the last like 100 grams of filament on the spool are not really useful to print a mongoose, and I feel like the quality is often not there when I have to switch prints or switch filament and let it cool down in the middle of the print. Be right back. Oh, Nicole's here. Says, hi, Ethan. No lenses yet. Boo. More lenses are more good. What's the best way? Does not look like any more orders are ready to go out from printers yet. I have 4 orders and a gift to send. What else am I supposed to do? Trim parts, motor mount assembly is done. Cogs and spacers. Cogs are done. Electronics sorting. That's not going to be fun or easy to do on stream. Let me think if there's anything else I can do that's useful and streamable. I have about 140 of these cables here that I have to cut and strip the ends of and put plugs on. That'll be a fun stream one of these days. Yeah, I think I'm just going to make this a short one and go back to doing some not on stream work. Go run the laser for a few parts. Thanks, everybody. I'll see y'all later.